Good morning. It is Wednesday. I am Jeff Blankenburg, and I am excited to be here today. Good morning, ATK. I see we've already got a nice comment this morning. It's time, guys. We got so much going on, so much to do, and I gotta tell you, I don't think I'm streaming enough because you know those times when you're building something in software and it's all you can think about and it's all you want to work on and it's all you want to spend your time doing? I'm in that mode right now, except that I promised myself that I really won't write a lot of this code except on stream. And so it's really killing me that I only get to do this a couple hours a week because there's so much to be done and so much cool stuff that I'd really like to be able to play with. So I think the first thing that I want to talk about today is that I discovered some new tools, and then we're going to focus primarily on the Alexa side of the casino today. Because I think most of the work of building the casino and getting the functionality, right, the actual creation of a poker hand and the evaluation against that and the wagering and all that other stuff, I think all of that is pretty built, right? We're good. We've got it all working in the chatbot. So I think it'll be really easy for us to be able to do the same thing with Alexa, I think. And I know we started briefly on this. Well, let me just flip over to this. I know we started briefly on this last week. I don't remember when we started toying with Alexa a little bit. But I've added some Alexa stuff to our Karthik, good morning. Good to see you, man. Kevin Evans is here. The casino is open if you guys feel like playing. I'm excited. I want to get Alexa to play some games today. I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing that I really want to get working today. I think we're going to have some fun with that. So Karthik mentioned that he's here because he mentioned that I'm going to talk about the Asr Evaluation Tool, and I am. So let's start with that actually, because this is just something I discovered this morning. So I've used this tool before. There's this Evaluate Model button that's in the Alexa Developer Console, and when you click on this, you normally get the Utterance Profiler, and I've actually been playing with this all morning, trying to figure out how I want to build my interaction model for this casino. So I've been thinking. I'll talk about the rat holes and things that I fell down this morning a bit later, but I've been at my desk coding, building, exploring, researching, learning since probably 7. So I'm already 3 hours deep into this stuff, and I just want to do more. So just to talk about this really quickly, there's the Utterance Profiler. This allows me to just type things in, and I can say, let's see what one of my things might be. Let's do bet 5 on poker. And what you can see here is that I end up hitting my start game intent, and the wager it's identified is 5, and the game that I want to play is poker. So that's awesome. If we look at my start game intent, just to take a look at what my utterances look like, they look things like this. Play poker for 5, right? That's another way we could say this. Let's add another one that is play game for wager coins. Okay, so I'm thinking more and more about, good morning, W. Giorgio. Welcome. More cases in your apartment building. Man, that's rough, Karthik. I'm sorry to hear that. So this is what our model looks like right now, right? It's ways for people to say that they want to bet on a specific game and basically kick that game off. So I'm going to save and build this, and while we're doing that, I can talk about these other tools that are in here. So in here, this is the start game intent. This is the thing that I just showed you. But then I also have the NLU evaluation. This is something that I've used for quite a while. Not on this specific skill, but I've used it for a number of other things. And in this annotation set, we'll call this one poker. Yeah, that's fine. And then I need some utterances that I want to annotate. And so in this case, I'm going to say something like, play poker for 5 coins. Oh, W. Giorgio, I'm glad to hear that. What was the issue? What was the solution that you came up with? I'm very curious about what that is. So this is going to be my start game intent. The expected slots, the slot name should be wager, and the value should be 5. And the game slot should be poker. So what I'm basically doing is building a set of tests. Gold Zulu, you haven't missed a ton. We started building an Alexa skill a little while ago. Oh, Kevin Evans' stuff. Kevin Evans was talking with Karthik about how Karthik has a bunch of cases of COVID in his apartment building and how that is very concerning. And Kevin was expressing his concern and sympathy for that. That's what's going on. So I can save this annotation set with this play poker for 5 coins as an example. And then I can evaluate that by coming in here and saying, hey, run the poker evaluation. And I could have multiple utterances in there to cover all my poker cases, right? And what it should do is tell me that, hey, I passed. So that means that when I say play poker for 5 coins, let's close this for a second. Oh, I see, W. Giorgio. Yeah, I don't love that. You could do this. You could do this a simpler way. If you want advice, if you don't want advice, that's also totally fine. But let me show you how we could tweak that up a little bit. So you should be able to say if handler input dot request envelope dot request dot arguments, and then you could probably nest this. This is probably actually pretty nice. And then if because what I'm basically saying here is with this top if is does this exist? That's the same as length greater than 0. So you shouldn't need to do that comparison, especially on each of them. So I guess because you're doing this in the can handle, it's going to look something more like this has to be in the can handle. So I'm trying to think about the format that I would do here because it's still just. Let me open up my Alexa Lambda, and we'll open it here and do it like this. Okay. So how would I do this? If it was your type, which is, here, let's take a whole chunk. I'm just thinking about how I can keep this a little cleaner for you. Okay, so what I would do here is this is going to be the Alexa.presentation.apl.user event. And then the second thing that you're doing, I think you could still just do like handler input dot request envelope dot request, which I still think is weird that request is in there. Argument like that. I think you could just do that. I don't think you need to do more. And then finally, this last condition is going to be in parentheses, and this last position is going to be handler input dot request envelope dot request dot arguments. Equals, and this is going to be your fight. And I feel like there's a shorthand you can do like this. I don't know the I can't remember the shorthand. What you could do is this dot includes. Is it? I can never remember if it's includes or contains. Why do I never remember that? Oh, where can I find? Dot includes. It's dot includes. Okay. So you could do this. Dot includes. No, I can't do it that way either. Anyway, I mean, at worst case, we could say the way you've done it, like this, fight. But what I'm doing is eliminating the need, because do you have two separate statements there, Kevin? I'm sorry, not Kevin. W. Giorgio. Do you have two separate statements? Because I feel like you could do this, where I do. Or. Come on. We could do the same thing here. And I don't remember what the other thing was. I've lost it. Store. Why? Okay. So I tried the fight or store and it doesn't run. I feel like this should, because you just have to do this first. If this doesn't evaluate, then it's going to fail automatically, because it actually goes through these in order. And so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this should work. There are better ways to do this. What I would probably do is take all of this and build out some kind of Boolean function that just checks this. But I feel like this should solve your problem, because yours is just verbose, because you're repeating this and you're actually checking the length on it. And I think you can simplify a little bit. But I think what I would do, if you have all of these conditions, I would probably build a little evaluator function that I just pass the request arguments to, and then it returns true or false, and that would clean up this stuff. I'm trying to be very clean on my handler side, so I try to break everything out here now into handlers or whatever else, and so anything I can do to get things out of this page is highly valuable to me. So something to consider, not a rule by any means, but something to think about. Okay, so the thing that I was talking about, though, that I was excited about, is I have this annotation set. The other thing that I want to recommend you take a look at is this ASR evaluation. And so what I have done is, if I go to my annotation sets, you can see that I have an ASR evaluation tab now, and in here I have a roulette one. And instead of me typing things in that I want to test, this actually lets me upload audio files that I can test. And so for this example, this is a set I called roulette, and I have this one here, which I guess I could rename, maybe. Can't rename it? It'd be nice if I could. Anyway, those are things to come. But you can hear if I hold this down or play it. I added some silence.
10 on 5.
So let's do that again.
Bet 10 on 5.
Right, so you can hear the bet 10 on 5, and I'm expecting it to transcribe that into bet 10 on 5. This is one of the things that I've run into as a challenge as I'm thinking about building this Alexa casino, is that initially bet 10 on 5 was returning me a bet of 105, and that wasn't going to work. But I've solved it. I've figured it out. So we're past that issue. But this would be an easy way for you to upload some audio files to make sure that the ASR is actually doing the thing that you want, in addition to the NLU, which is the other piece that we were looking at here. So ASR, automatic speech recognition. This is just testing, does this audio file convert itself into this speech, this string of text? And then you could use the speech that you have there in your NLU evaluation. It would be nice if I could set up it'd be nice if I could set up the entire chain to then build a series of tests, but at least we have these initial tools that are kind of there and able for us to use. So I'm really excited about this. This was something that I just discovered this morning, but it came out in June. It was part of our June release roundup, and I just missed it. So I'm glad that it's here, and I'm glad that I'm able to use it, and I'm excited to be able to record audio that I can then validate to make sure that it's actually generating the speech that I expect from specific commands and things based on my model. Okay. So that being said, what I want to focus on right now is this start game intent. And how do we get this to actually do some things? So I have a start game intent, I have some utterances, I have some slots. So the first thing that I want to do, of course, is to build a handler to handle this. So we're going to take my hello world intent handler. We're actually going to cut this out because I won't need this one. But I like to put these in alphabetical order for the most part. Yeah, Karthik is doing his talk at Alexa Live all about that, and I'm very interested to see what he has to say and the additional information he has to share with us, because I think it'll be pretty cool. So, again, for all of you, if you haven't registered for Alexa Live, alexa.design/live will get you to the page you need to go to. Start game is what I want here, and it's next Wednesday. That's so soon. So just something to think about. Block out your Wednesday. Make sure you have an opportunity to tune in. We'll all be there chatting with you as the presentations are happening, so you can all tune in and chat with each of us and enjoy the content and the silliness and the malarkey that will be happening on Wednesday. So also, I haven't mentioned this all to you. There's a show that happens once a month. It's called The Voice Den. I should probably bring this up. Alexa Voice Den. Nope. Excuse me for the yawning. Oh, Kevin took the day off of work. That is serious business. Okay, so there we go. TheVoiceDen.com. That's what I was looking for. So TheVoiceDen.com is this really interesting show format where basically you can show up, you can interact with the guests. I think there's 4 guests on each episode, and the way they do it is kind of like a round robin, like we're meeting people in a bar or a hangout. VP chat right now, it is 10:15 a.m. My clock is right here behind me sometimes, and it's 10:15 a.m. my time right now. But anyway, this Voice Den, this is done by one of our Alexa champions, Dr. Terry Fisher, and he is there. He has guests, and then he has all of the people that are watching. So what's really cool about this is that when you ask a question, the interface that he uses actually allows him to bring you in. So you come in on video from your home or wherever, and you get to have a 5-minute conversation with the guests of the show. Like live with voice conversation, questions, that kind of stuff. And there's a timer, and there's all sorts of cool stuff going on with that. So that is happening the evening of Alexa Live. So July 22nd, and on that evening, I will be one of the guests. So I think if we scroll down here a little bit, look at that. There I am. So these are the guests: Dr. Joan Palmer-Bajorek, me, Adam Shire, Kesha Williams, Ilarna Nietzsche. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Nietzsche. We're gonna go with that. So that is those are the people that are going to be on the show, and you can come. Yeah, it's a busy day, and it's my birthday. So you guys can come. I'd love for you guys to join us, but you can find it at thevoiceden.com, and that's where I will be the evening of. So here we'll do thevoiceden.com, and I don't know if you have to register for it or how it works, but I would recommend if there is. Let's see if there's a register button. The Voice Den. I accept. Save me a seat. So click on the Save me a seat button, and that will get you access. They also are giving away these cool collectible cards, the cards that my face was on. They're giving them away in a very interesting way. I'm not going to give anything away because I don't know that they shared the details publicly. But you can get copies of these cards, which would be pretty cool to have. So let's see. There's a lot of things going on here. Gold Zulu asks, what is an Alexa champion? How have I not told you guys about Alexa champions? There's an entire website dedicated to it. Alexa champions are people that we recognize as being big contributors to the Alexa world, right? So there's a number of ways that you can contribute to that. But these are all people. So there's Terry Fisher. That's the person that's running the Voice Den. Join Palmer Bajorek. He's right here. You're welcome, Kevin Evans. And these are all people around the world that have been recognized as Alexa champions. And we go through a nomination process once a year. And Kesha Williams is there as well. So it's a good crew of people. If we keep going, there's folks in Europe. There's folks in Asia. It's really, really good. So that's what the program is, and they're basically people that we lean on to give talks, to do blog posts, to help spread the word about what's cool about Alexa. So that is anyway. That's what the champions are. So I will let you guys know. I think that there's a plan. I don't know the specific plan, but I think there is a plan to open nominations at some point. And you can nominate yourself, or if others want to nominate you, that's even better. But that's all upcoming. So that's the Alexa Champions. Okay, so I want to build this start game intent handler. So this is the start game intent, and then we have this. No, I don't want that. I want to go back here. W. Giorgio's definitely nominating himself. Perfect. So inside Lambda, I have a folder called Handlers, and in here I have a Hello World intent handler. I should probably just create a new one. That is the start game intent. Start game intent.js, which means that we will need to add that to this. Start game intent equals require, if I could spell require. Start game intent. Okay. Then we gotta export it here. Start game intent. Launch request is not in the list alphabetically, and that bothers me. So we'll fix that too. And then we need start game intent to do something. So if we look at hello world intent, pretty simple. We'll take this as our model. And we will take the start game intent and drop it here, and this becomes the start game intent. And then down here we'll do the same. Okay. So one of the... Yeah, this is probably the right way to do it. I keep thinking I want to... how do I enlist in the live coders? Oh, man. So the way to do that, github.com/the-live-coders. Maybe it's just live coders? I never remember. They're not consistent about whether they use the live or not. And I wish they were. Here we are. So one of the things that they have in here, I thought, let's go to the repository home. Yeah, here we go. So they have a list of the qualifications right here. So let me grab this first. And then I'll kind of walk you through what this is. So here are the rules. Here are the qualifications that you have to meet. Gold Zulu, I think probably you have achieved that already. And then what you can do, I have to remember where it is. Yeah, there is this application. So you have to fill this out, and then all you do is send a pull request with this thing. So I will warn you, anybody that wants to do this, you're welcome to apply. They're not exclusionary in any way, but they have currently paused application approvals, and I think they probably will be starting them back up in August. So I don't know for sure, but don't be discouraged. If one, you get declined the first time, they may ask you for a broader schedule. They may ask you to make sure you're saving all of your streams so that they can go review them, because they will go do this. Gold Zulu, I'm not aware of another team. There may be, but this one is sizable and powerful and has a lot of pull in the community. So, well, it's funny you say that, Gold Zulu. There are other teams in that regard. So let's see, how do you do that? Let me go to my page, because if you go to my page, there is an Alexa group, and this is something that we've been looking at, or an Alexa team, I guess. There is an Alexa group, and this is something. Pause. Okay, so if I go here, Team Live Coders, I think. Cafe, iced coffee. I can't remember what we called it. Alexa devs. Alexa creators. Yeah, there we go. So there is this team called Alexa Creators, which apparently it's auto-hosting me right now. So this is a team. Right now it is only people. I'm sorry. This page, where'd it go? This page. Right now, it's only a list of people inside Amazon, but you can see that we were very specific about this. A group of software developers, writers, and content creators that might make voice experiences for Alexa. So I think the intention very, very soon is for us to include a bunch of you and include you on the team so that you can have that little badge on your page as well. So that is, the team is here. So if you want to see all of us that are on the team, you can find them all right here. I'm the only one streaming right now, but you could find whether or not we're all streaming. But all of that stuff is right here. Did I post that link? I did. Okay. So there you go. So that's there is another team in that, like, we have this group that is people that do Alexa stuff. But I don't know why my other... I thought it would show more than one team that I'm on. But apparently it does not. So let's figure that out. So if we go to Creator Dashboard... This is me learning about Twitch. And then we are going to get Alexa Play Poker before we're done here, I promise. Content? I don't know where any of this stuff lives. No. Preferences? Channel? Enable clips, that's fine. Profile picture, all that's good. Username. This is in no particular organization or anything. I really hate a lot of this. There's my stream schedule, streamer shelf, auto hosting, raids, my teams. See, you see this right here? Like, there's... I have to pick a main. I guess I picked Live Coders as my main. But I thought there was a way that I could do this where I could have multiple channels shown. I guess not. I guess your main is just the one that that shows up on your channel. So let's change it up for a little bit. Auto saves. Okay. So now if we come back to my page, to my channel. Karthik, take care, man. Oh, I thought the Trinity is now on Team Twitch. You're totally right about that, Trade Last. Take care, man. I saw that and I thought the Trinity was here. Okay, so now you can see my team as Alexa Creator. So apparently I can only choose one of those at a time. And I'll leave Alexa Creators on there for now. Trade Last asks, do you think Amazon will ever actively promote Twitch's value beyond gaming? I did see your question earlier. I just hadn't gotten to it. I hope so. I just think that there's so much opportunity specifically around gaming that I think it's going to be up to us, those of us that are using Twitch for other things. I think it's going to be up to us to make a big enough splash that it warrants their attention. And I think that the Live Coders is doing a good job of that. I'm trying to push things forward. In fact, I don't know when the number will show up, but guys, we are 35 followers away from 500, which is a number I never thought we'd even get close to. So I can't thank all of you for showing up and participating and join things in. So non-gaming is really just a drop in the bucket. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. Let My People Code is here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I want to do is first I have to grab some slot values. That's the thing that we're really doing here, is we need to get our slot values. So we're going to say wager is the first one that's very important. And this will be handler input. No, we've got helpers to do this for us. Why are we doing this? So if we come into our helper.js, we have a function called get spoken words and get resolved words. So get spoken words is the thing that we want. So we need to include helper up here. Const helper equals require helper.js. We build all these helper functions for ourselves. We should take advantage of them, right? Helper.get spoken words. And the slot, I need to pass in handler input, and I need to pass in the name of my slot, which is wager. Yeah, I'm with you, Trade Last. I think that Twitch still more or less operates independently. It's doing its own thing most of the time. And so I don't think that Amazon is exerting, or even AWS is exerting, a lot of the power of ownership that they potentially could. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think we're doing well here. I mean, you have to remember there's only so many people that are actually even going to tune in to watch people code live. I am amazed that there are this many people alone. I've got 15 people watching right now. Yeah, getting to partner is an insane number. I hover around 25 usually. We're a little lower today, but I feel like my numbers usually hover around 25, and that's still so far away from 75. But yeah, that's something to consider. Oh, streaming NaNoWriMo, that might be pretty cool, Trade Last. I did that 2 years ago, and I was going to do it this year, and Reinvent and a bunch of other stuff got in my way, so I didn't end up writing. But I have this story that I keep banging around in my head, and I need to keep moving on it. Okay, so that's wager. We need the game. And we just want this to, do we want this to be game name? Yeah, probably game name, I think makes sense. Helper.get spoken. No, we're going to do resolved words for this. Resolved words. Let My People Code's been working on the same novel since '94. I graduated high school in '94. I know you're just slightly older than me, Greg, but '94 is a long time to be working on a novel, man. You should finish it. This is going to be handler input. And this is going to be game. And then the last one that is const position name. This is going to be helper.getResolved. Words, handler, input, and this is position. Okay, so I have the three values that I'm going to need. The next step, and this is where I'm hoping we can do some magic, is that I need to say if we need to do some stuff here. I need to go get the cashier because the cashier has some valuable functionality that I need. I think that should work. If cashier dot is valid. I feel like I don't have a good reference to cashier. Nope. What am I doing wrong? I'm in Alexa. Oh, I gotta go one more even. How you like me now? There we go. Okay. So cashier dot is valid wager. And what do I pass into that? I pass in the user. Boy, this is about to get real complicated. How do I want to handle this? So the Catul asks, what's my position on higher level JavaScript? Ever thought using TypeScript or ReasonML? I don't know. I feel like this is pretty accessible, and I find that the more frameworks and the more things that I add on top of it, they often limit the readability. So the challenge for me, Catul, is that I really want my code to be readable. I want you to be able to look at it and be like, oh, I see what's happening here. And I feel like the more and more stuff I add, the harder that becomes. So I really try to limit that. I guess that's maybe the reason that I haven't jumped into things like TypeScript. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good tool, and I think a lot of people really enjoy it. But yeah, this is where I'm at. Oh, Ardelis, thank you, man. The lights have really made it happen here. So I actually want to get some more. One of the things that I'm going to do, actually, let me show you guys this since we're talking toys. I think this will reach. I got myself a black. Let's see what this looks like on camera. This is a blacklight LED strip. It doesn't show up very well on camera, obviously, because it's UV light primarily. I think it's like 385 nanometer to 395-ish. But there are a few figures that respond really well to blacklight, like these four guys. And so what I'm in the process of doing, because there's space, is that like right here, I'm going to put another shelf. I know you can't see me, but you can see my hand. I'm going to put another shelf right here, and I'm going to mount this underneath, maybe this way. And I'm going to have the few blacklight related figures that I have hanging out under this blacklight strip. So that's where it's at. So maybe I put a community goal for my Twitch channel. If I hit 500 followers like Jeff Blankenburg, I'll write a book and donate half the profits. Wow, Gold Zulu, that'd be amazing, man. I do use a linter. I just use ESLint, but I'm actually not running it right now because this is we're in the very beginnings of a project, and I haven't even set some of that stuff up. So, are you going to unbox them? And what happened to the Wall of Fame? It's still there. If you guys go to my channel, the Wall of Fame is still there. You just have to go to, that's right here, yeah, Wall of Fame. Click here to see a larger version. I had to take the image down because I really wanted to put the header here. Yeah, the figures are most certainly, Greg, let my people code, almost all of my figures are unboxed, but I have all the boxes. So I can always rebox them. But yeah, these are all not in boxes. They look like they're in boxes because I'm using boxes as a backdrop and as an additional shelf on each shelf, but they are in fact all out of their own boxes. Okay, so man, massive distractions today. Massive distractions. What LED light kit is that? That is it's a weird set. It's made by the company Lifx, Lifx, and no, you're totally fine, Steve. No problem at all. In fact, it's good to talk to you. So this is called the Lifx Beam, and they're completely sold out everywhere. They had a deal a little like in February where they had some refurbished ones, and I was like, oh, I'll try them out. The refurbished price was really low, and I ordered 2 of the refurbished sets, and they have turned out fantastic. But I only installed them last week, so or maybe this week. Yeah, I guess I installed them this week. They were new as of Sunday or Monday. So I think they look really nice. They don't just do that. They can be set to any color. They do all sorts of cool, interesting patterns and things. But this kind of like motion in my background, I kind of really like. So that's why I've gone with this. But if you find Lifx beams for sale, I would probably buy more because I have another shelf above that is lacking lights, and I've even thought about maybe putting one under this shelf. So if we had more, that would be awesome. Mr. Smoofy, his LaMetric clock is coming today. Yeah, the LaMetric has turned out real nice. So anyway, I gotta get back to figuring out how I'm going to do this is valid wager. So the problem that I have here, we got to go look at is valid wager because if I go into my cashier and look at that is valid wager function, just this little guy right here, the challenge that I have with this is that it's expecting me to have a user object that has a username. And I don't know that on the Alexa side. I don't know your username, and I spent most of my rat hole time this morning trying to figure out how I was going to do this. But I haven't figured it out yet. So I made a modification to my database. I guess we could talk about that. Let's go to Airtable. And one of the things that I did is I added this user ID column. So this is going to be your Alexa user ID. And then if I have your username on Twitch, then great, we'll use the Twitch username. But I don't currently have that. Greg, don't think I haven't asked. I've tried to get them to make an Alexa pop. They just don't really do custom as much as I would love them to. It would be super cool. But they do on their website have a way for you to make, and Greg, I don't know if you've seen this, Funko.com. I can get so distracted. I have so many things to talk about. Am I logged in? I am logged in. They have somewhere in here. Did they get rid of it? No. Well, you can see that I have myself here. Oh yeah, here it is. So I made these a long time ago, but I made myself. I just leaked my address. That's fine. Connor Wright Kappa, thank you for letting me know, but I'm not too worried about it, I guess. So this is the one I made of me. And then if I was really worried about it, you'll notice that like we were building a skill that could give you my address from an Alexa skill, and I broadcast it on here a couple of times, and I'm hoping you guys are cool and won't be weird about it. Okay, so this is the me, but then I also made, and like I said, this was a while ago, this is my Paul Cutzinger. Connor Wright Kappa, thank you for following, man. Hopefully we'll see the ticker go up. So on there, on that little clock thing, we should see 436 now. I think the moment that you follow, whenever we get to the Twitch thing. It should say 436. But this is Paul Kutzinger, this is Amit Jotwani, and this is Memo Doring. And they were pretty easy and fun to make, but you can make your own. So anyway, these are only virtual ones though. You can't make them for real. You can just make them digitally. But it's still kind of a fun thing to do to have your own. And that's actually the icon that I used for the Blanken points on the channel. So when you guys are earning those channel points, that's the icon that I used. Okay, deep breaths. So I think I'm getting too far ahead of myself. What I need to do first is take a look at my index file and take a look at what we're doing in my... I need to do like a get user record. And it feels like... how am I going to do this? 2,000 channel points. Why don't you ask W. Giorgio or Kevin Evans what a channel point total really looks like? You got some work to do, Greg. I would like to do this, but what I really want to call is this update user score. Because then I could do it so that every time you have an interaction with a skill, we would do the same thing that we do in the chat room where you get a coin. Yeah, there's always Greg, that's the thing you should be saving for, is spending your 4,000 points when you get there to get your name on the Wall of Fame. That's the first thing you should do when you get to 4,000 points. That's where it's at. Also, there's a couple new people here. Oh, Let My People Code, thank you for the donation. That's a whole $1. If we come in here, if you guys don't know, there's a casino running. Poker 5. Boom, I lost 5. Oh, it was so close to a straight, too. There's poker, there's slots. I lost 5 on the slots, too. If you guys don't know, you're earning coins in the casino every single time that you post a message in chat. Look at that. Counter-right Kappa won 15 coins on the slot machine. You can always check your balance. And I didn't show you, guys, there's something else that I added a little while back, and I guess I just never told you about it. You can say history, and this is a really interesting response you get. Stephen Vore, welcome. So that's the leaderboard, but if you type history, you can see how you're doing in each game and overall. So as example, Let My People Code, he's up $2,700 in roulette, but down $3,600 in poker. So it lets you see exactly how you spent all of your money in roulette, what you've won on, what you've lost on, how your games are, all that stuff. And that's obviously all live updated, whatever. It even keeps track of how much money you've given away so that I can use that information later if we want to do something with it. But you can see W. Giorgio's given away 20,000 coins to other people, which is very, very generous. So anyway, that's the thing. By the way, if you guys don't know, we have a really nice group of people here. But Kevin Evans, I know you gave some coins to Ardalis. Ardalis is actually a good friend of mine. He helps me, or we work together on the Star Trek conference that we didn't have this year. But his name is Steve. He's fantastic, and I'm glad he's here. He also does a lot of very interesting live streaming and a bunch of other cool stuff. So you guys should check him out if you haven't had an opportunity. He's a good friend of mine. Trade last, it does not show how many coins you've been gifted. I wonder if I know that. Let me look at my ledger. I can't believe I have a ledger. Let me look at my ledger and see if it tells me that. So, no, it does not tell me. It just tells me that you gave the money away. So I'm not storing that bit of information. Although maybe I am, because if I look at the give, yes. So I would have to break it down, but the question Trade Last you're asking is does it show how many coins you've been gifted? What it's showing you is your total balance of give and take. So if you were given 100 coins and gave away 50 of them, it would say that your give is 50. It's the same way with all the other games. I am just summing up all of your wins and losses, and it's treating give as wins, and and receiving basically as losses. So, ouch, W Giorgio down 2,000. Or how many coins got set for you by me in Airtable. Yeah, that it doesn't keep track of that at all. But what's kind of cool is that if you can see your total balance, you could probably get a feel for how many coins I've given you, because if your history says that you are plus 700, but your balance is 1,700, that means I gave you 1,000. So that's yeah, that's how that all works. Anyway, casino's open and running and whatever. But the thing that I need to do first, before we get any deeper into this, is we need to change up a couple of our functions. I think we're just going to add a third parameter. I don't really know a better way to do this. Let's see. What does a Alexa user ID even look like? Why am I forgetting that? Let's go look at an Alexa user ID for a second. Is there anything I can use about that to... No, this isn't going to give me what I want. Let's go to this one. User. It does. Okay. So I wonder if I could use that as my indicator. Man, I really got that casino spinning. Everybody's playing now. Let's see what I can do here. The quality of the chat before and after. Hey, take care, Steve. Thank you for coming, man. Look at that. Greg hit a flush. Nice work. Oh, we have an open roulette? I didn't even see that. Thank you, Gold Zulu. If you guys don't know, there's an open group roulette game. Somebody started one. There is Stephen Vore. You can just say commands. If I could go to the right place to do that. So exclamation point commands will tell you what you can do. And I don't even have history in there yet. I should fix that. That's an easy fix. No. Get me to here. Commands. History. Whoa. Okay. Fixed. So that's the leaderboard, but it looks like a bunch of people are betting on roulette right now. So for those of you that are new to this, there is the ability for you to spend channel points to start a roulette game. And that allows everybody here to be able to wager on one spin of the roulette wheel. And so all the bets that you're seeing coming in right now, these are all wagers on a game of roulette that is coming up at some point here very quickly. I will type no more bets. And it will then spin the wheel, close the betting, and pay out everybody's results. So I'll give you guys another 10, 15 seconds to make some bets if you'd like. And we will see what comes out of this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And because we have a little delay, I'll wait. And no more bets. That's interesting. Were you able to sneak that in, Kevin? There we go. So we have the outcomes. I didn't even bet on this one. Looks like there's some good wins in there, though. It's nice that it highlights your name because you can easily find the entry that is your name. Auto roulette closing after a specific number of minutes. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. To have the chatbot actually run a timer and like, hey, 30 seconds left, hey, 15 seconds left. I think that would be pretty cool. Let's, you know, we have a to-do list for these kinds of things. Let's do it. For group games, there should be a automatic countdown timer. And it should spin automatically. All right, thank you, Gold Zulu. Thank you for the feedback. Allow on in bet statements for roulette. What would on do? I've considered one of the other things I could add in here is like allow users to create a set of standard bets. Oh, I see. Yeah, let my people code. I've considered that. That's one of the things that I have here where I say, can we make all the commands more chat friendly, less command driven? Yeah, I could totally do that, Gold Zulu. That would be something I would do. But I'm looking for, I think what I'm going to do ultimately is hook it up so that all of your commands come through Lex, which gives me a lot more flexibility than in how you type your commands, and I can still interpret and figure that stuff out. But what I need is a natural language understanding engine like Lex to be able to do that, and I'm not doing it currently, so I would have to rig all of that stuff up. But I think it will be really interesting to be able to do it. Okay, so allow users to create a set of standard bets that can be applied all at once with one command. This is something else I've been thinking about. You guys all come in and you make all your bets and whatever. I don't want to type natural language unless you make it via Alexa skill to hook up to chat. Well, I'm making the Alexa skill first, but it'll have to be a Lexbot. I can't use the Alexa engine in the chat, unfortunately. But I think it would be pretty cool to say, like, I always want to bet on red and the number 4 and even when I'm playing roulette. So just say bet my bets or what. I don't know what the thing is. Take care, Steven. Thank you. Enjoy your team stand-up. So that you can just roll all those things out. This is especially true for things like craps, where I have the same bets that I make over and over and over, and it would be nice to be able to do that. Okay, back to this. I need to figure out for this, and this thing is going to require there. Where can I do this? The thing that I want to do is I want to, we'll just do it right here because I don't need it all the time. Is that right? There we go. Okay, and then we're going to say airtable dot check. No. Get. What is it called? What is it called? Why don't I know these things off the top of my head? Update user score. And we're going to pass in. Thank you, Greg, for coming. Anyone attending Amplify today? I will not be attending Amplify. Okay. So, update user score. What I want to pass in is the user ID. And the user ID is handler input dot request envelope dot, and now I'm completely blanking on how I know what a user, where a user ID is in the request envelope. It's been like a couple of weeks since I've thought about this, and now my brain is broken. Oh boy. Okay, so let's come over here and do a little test so that I can see some JSON. Dum dum dum. Okay. Open chat CNO.
Welcome to the skill template. What would you like to do?
So what I want is the user ID, which I can do context system, or I could do session.user.user-ID. We'll do session.user.user-ID. So session.user.user-ID. Okay, so that gets us part of the way there. The problem I have with this update user score is that I need to screen it. So, there's so many conditions I'm going to have now because I'm running this off of multiple systems with multiple user IDs. I'm really digging myself a hole here. Context, message, and target. But what I'm really doing is if they don't exist. So this is where I'm checking for their username. So I need to do, we're going to have to do like a let URL equal nothing. And then we'll have to say if context how do I want to do this? I'm doing this entire thing off context.username. So I want to say if context.username exists. If that exists, then URL is going to equal what we do today. Else, if context dot, no, it's just context contains, and we decided these things look like amz1.account copy contains that, then URL equals this. Okay, so there's some things that I need to fix here. API key's all good, filter by formula, but username is not what I care about now. Username is, where did my data table go? There we go. What we now care about is something called user ID. And user ID is context by itself. Can't do two lowercase. It's a case sensitive thing. Context. Okay, so then if I get nothing back, then I want to create we're going to take this part off, so we're just passing context through. So we're going to create a new user record based on context. Which means that right here, username is now either going to, well, this is going to be context again. Context. This is going to be let username equal nothing if we can do the same thing again. Man. We're going to try and do this another way. This is getting messy. Let URL equal get URL context. Get URL context. Okay, so in here, if I could actually type curly braces, we're going to do this if statement. So if context.username exists, else if context.username includes that. And can I do that with a string? How can I determine if a string contains a substring? Contains. Okay, cool. I like it when I know stuff. Okay, so it contains. I like how I behaved like that was normal. And then here we're just going to say return URL. Let URL okay. So that's our URL. That's good. I don't think I need this anymore. And then for create user record, we're going to do the same thing, where we're going to say let username equal get username context. And no, that doesn't really help me. So let's do let values equal this object. And then I can say if, we can do this too. Because this is when we're creating a brand new user record. We can say currency is 100. So then we'll say if context.username, then we're going to add then values.username equals context.username. Else if context.contains, that same garbage that we did earlier, if this contains this string, then values.userid equals context. And then instead of this piece here, we can just say values. Okay, that might just work. Man, do we want to just try that? That means I'm going to have to dig in here. We're going to have to create some commands to get this stuff running. If we look at our Alexa, and we look at our package.json for that, where did it go? In here I do not have a, Okay, I've also forgotten how to do local debugging. It's amazing what you can just forget. So I'm gonna stop the casino just for a second. Let's do cd Alexa as deploy. Where did I fail? All right. Well, that's good because I actually didn't want to do that. So let's come back here. Trey last. Killing me. Is everybody else writing perfect code? Is everybody else like just killing it all the time? Or is it just me that fails consistently? I'm always curious. JSON editor. Let's take this. Bring this down here. Skill package. Trey last writes perfect code. I didn't know that. That's cool. All right, that is fixed. Let's come up here and look at the ask states. Ask deploy. And while that's running, we're going to look at our top level package.json. We're going to create a new command called deploy Alexa. And this is going to be cd Alexa and ask deploy. Blooper reel, blooper reels right last. But the highlight reel would show all the perfect moments. Yeah, I don't like highlight reels. In fact, this is a lot of the reasons that I don't like doing like canned recorded sessions, is because it makes people feel like everybody else is better than them. And I like being able to watch people that do things like I do, where like we're going to learn together, we're going to make mistakes together, we're going to run into errors and bugs. And One Ilg, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the show. We are waiting for our follower count to go up here a little bit. It should be coming around on the clock here in a little bit, but we're trying to get ourselves to 500, and hopefully we'll be able to get there pretty quickly. Well, I think we're 33 away now, whenever that flips over. Each one of these little apps has their own timeout for some reason, and so you have to wait for them to go on their own. There's GitHub. There's the time. We'll get there. It's coming along. Let me know if you guys see it. So I think I can do this now. I should be able to do npm run deploy Alexa. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So now I don't have to leave the level that I'm at. So we're gonna come back here to, we're gonna come back to our test tool. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Trey last, how many async await messages have I received? I'll probably get one right now. Who knows? Open chat Sino.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Wah, wah. Let's go see. Because I'm not doing local debugging, and I'm being too lazy to go remember how to set that up again. It will be set up. We will do that, but I'll do that in my own time. I'm not going to waste your time figuring that out. Okay, so Lambda. Chatsino. This isn't even where I want to be. I gotta turn Discord off, man. It is... Hey, this is a good conversation for all of you. I've heard a couple of you ask if I have a Discord. Like, I use Discord for other stuff, but how would we use... If we were going to have, like, a Twitch Discord for this channel, what would it be for? Would it be for talking when I'm not on stream and, like, communicating and getting together? Because my fear, and the reason I haven't done it yet, my fear is that it'll just become the place everybody chats even during the stream. And I'm always curious to know if that's like, what would that be for? So it'd be just when we're offline, but the chat would happen here when we're online? Okay, I could do that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Chat. What is my Lambda function called? Can anyone tell me? This is dumb. Are you kidding me? I didn't realize I was going to have to change that. That's dumb. So... I don't know why I didn't think I'd have to change that, but let's see what happens if I try that. Is it going to say the Lambda function doesn't exist, or is it going to create it for me? Very curious what's about to happen here. Come on, let's go. Tell me that I failed or not. Oh, I got you, man. All right, no, it makes sense. If it's not working for you, it's not working. That's totally fine. I was kind of writing some pseudo-ish code anyway, so... What did we get wrong here? But this role's not going to exist. Okay, so we're gonna do this the manual way. Just what I love. I just wanted to see what my error was, but then I realized I'm using the wrong Lambda function. So we're gonna create. We have a function called Chatsino. I don't want to go. I don't want to do. Okay, so this here becomes that, and let's try it one more time. I feel like it should just do the Lambda now. This should be a little bit faster, but I gotta get back to local debugging. This is already annoying as heck. I don't even care where it's deployed or where it lives or IAM roles or any of that stuff. I just want to see what's wrong with my code. So hopefully this will work this time. Awesome. So now we'll try testing our skill. It's still going to break, and that's fine, because now we can go to CloudWatch.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
You're kidding. A problem? You sure? Trey Last, you're hurting my feelings. Chat, see no. There we go. And unexpected token const. Really? Why aren't you telling me where? December 22, 2000. Thank you for the follow. Glad you're here. We're building a bunch of crazy nonsense, and I'm running into some errors. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. 468, everybody. We got 32 to go. We're trying to get to 500 December. If you want to participate in the chat, actually, we have a bunch of cool stuff going on. There's a casino there. Well, it's not running right now, but I can fix that. npm run dev. Now it's running. And I need to figure out why it thinks there's an error here. Unexpected token const. Where would that even happen? It's not there. We want to start with the Alexa stuff. We can close this. This was W. Giorgio's first endeavor. Okay, start game intent. Well, this is probably a thing, huh? That might have been the issue right there. Let's see. Open Chatcino.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
When did that happen? 11:22? Yeah, that's probably it. Unexpected token const. I don't know what, I don't know where that could be. We don't. That looks fine. I mean, did I just write const someplace? Yeah, a linter would certainly help me here. Using the linter is great. Setting it up is something I'm struggling with a little bit. I guess the other thing to check is, like, is the casino still working? Like, if I say poker 5, is it still doing all of its stuff? Okay, so I haven't broken anything there. That's good. So that means it's got to be code somewhere else. Why is this such a vague error? So vague. Unexpected token const. But it doesn't tell me on what file or location. I see. Let me give you a try. I'll give your tool a try here. I don't know that it's going to do it because I think that my syntactically valid. That's good. Whoa. No, not that. Yeah, you're right. I totally do need to know the file, and that's the thing that's killing me right now. I've definitely seen this issue before, and I don't remember what the cause was, but it's not a very descriptive error, and it's more like, so I've tried my files to no avail here. What? Let's do it. We're gonna get some linting on. Whoa. I have some things to go through, huh? That's not really going to help me right now, though. I blew out the buffer. Awesome, W. Giorgio. That's exciting news. Yeah, the casino's down for a second, W. Giorgio. Sorry, man. think it just destroyed everything. I mean, not destroyed, but it went through all of my stuff, which is great. All right, W. Giorgio, it's back. We've got lots to figure out here. The good news is I'm planning on getting together with my buddy Clark, and we're going to do a bit of a code review on Friday, and so I think maybe we can get some of this other stuff figured out. Because I thought there was a way where, like, if I do this... Let's go look at another file that he helped me set up. Open. Nope, that's not the file I wanted to open. File, open. See, there was something happening, and it's just that I didn't pay enough attention, I guess, or whatever, but when I say npm run dev, it does this. But then he also had... Was it in... Oh, I know where it was. There's a file... This was just a thing that I wrote down. Inside there, I'm missing something. This is the thing I think I need. I have to remember how to do this. What was that file called? It was in the .vs code folder. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so I think this might get us where we want to go. Now if I come back here and I look at like this file, and I do something like this, and I hit save. Yeah! Oh, okay, that's going to make things a whole lot easier. So now, if we come in here and, well, we don't need this right now. We don't need this right now. We don't need this right now. I'd love for it to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Still not helping me figure this out, and it's kind of annoying. Start game intent. Let's take some things out of the path. Let's talk about what we're really doing here. If we go to the launch request handler, this is really what we're trying to do. You just keep punching and punching and fighting until you finally get the outcome that you want. This is taking longer than I'd like. But we're going to just strip it back until this skill actually gives me the response I want. Okay. So, open Chatsino. That feels like there's going to be a problem.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Okay. That was at 37, which is right now. Cannot find module cashier. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Where am I including cashier? You're still not telling me where the error is, but we can at least find that. I don't understand. That one needs 4 somehow. Okay. Okay. Great. No, Kettle, you kind of helped me figure out that I was trying to solve it without doing the thing that I needed to do, and you planted that seed in my mind much earlier. I can also run this whole. I can run the skill locally, but I need a traffic router set up basically so that it can send. Because I still have to use the Alexa engine, which is out in the cloud, and then I need it to route my requests into my local skill here, and I don't have that set up right now. But yes, I will ultimately be able to do that. But my deploys are really quick right now, so it's not too painful. Just open the skill and work. That's all I want. Wah, wah.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Cannot find ... cashier. Is the linter changing that on me? I could have sworn I just changed this to 4. Oh, because I'm in the wrong file. Duh. talking about? I'm in start game intent. That's inside handlers, inside Lambda, inside Alexa, inside cashier. That's 4. Maybe it's 3. It's 3. Okay, so but that's just what we had, and it said it couldn't find it. Oh, this is the thing I was thinking I was going to have a problem with. Of course, of course. Here's the problem. I don't know why this didn't occur to me sooner. Man, I have the Alexa skill running in a subfolder of the chatbot. So I can say all this ... stuff, but it's not pushing that code to my Lambda function. Which is why it works locally, but doesn't work in the cloud. Because of course it wouldn't. That code doesn't exist there. But I don't want to make a duplication of it. So I need to totally rethink my project structure. How do I want to do this? That was just a dumb mistake on my part. I was not thinking about the fact that it's only going to push the code that's inside my Alexa directory. Okay. How do we want to do this? Let's... Yeah, so you can see here that I have this Alexa. This is the entire skill and its own Lambda function inside of it, down here. And then I have all of the other node stuff running up here. So what I really need to do yeah, it very much won't work. And I just wasn't thinking about the fact that that was the situation. It's very logical once I get it in my brain properly. So if I take all of this out of the Alexa folder and I move it into the Chatsino folder, and then I take test no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the chatbot into the Lambda folder of the Alexa skill, because I need all that code to go with it. I don't know that aliases necessarily solves that problem for me. But my thought is that I could take this table, slots, RPS, roulette, poker, node modules, sure, no. deck, craps, cashier, blackjack, Airtable, keys, index. See, no, I'm going to run into that same issue. Because inside the Lambda folder, there's a file called index.js, so I'm going to have to call my bot something else, which is okay. So much to think about. All right, so if I want to do this properly, what I need to do is have my Alexa skill, the infrastructure that's there, that has the interaction model, that has the pointers to my Lambda, the SDK, all that stuff. That needs to be at the top level. And then I need to move everything else into the... well, let's just try this. So let's rename this chatbot. And if I open this file, this is my chatbot file, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll just call it chatbot, just for simplicity. And then we're going to try this again. So we're going to look at what we really need to move. So we need this Airtable folder, blackjack, cashier, chatbot, craps, deck, identity, keys, node modules, package.json. That's another thing that will get weird. Let's hold off on that. Poker, roulette, rock, paper, scissors, slots, table, and Twitch rewards. Let's take all of those and put them in my Lambda folder. This needs to be renamed or grown in some way. It's just those three things for now. I think these two exist in the other helper, so I might be able to just do... Oh, I'm breaking everything. I don't know the right way to do this. I feel like I'm doing it a way, but this does not feel like the right way. I'm gonna back out those changes. There's got to be a right way to do this. Let's see if anybody on the internet knows. How do I build an Alexa skill and a node chatbot with the same code base? No, but when I figure this out, this is going to be a massive, massive blog post. I don't want to duplicate. I want to be able to use this exact same code, one edit to rule them all, and when I make a change, it should apply to both, but I need a convenient way to deploy both. But the Ask CLI is very particular about where stuff lives and how it works and how it takes care of it. I have some thinking to do, guys. This is not where I wanted to end my session today, but I think I need to have a deeper dive into what in the world I'm going to do here. Let's see if I have anything even working anymore. npm run dev. Oh, because I renamed the file. Rename again. Okay, so we're back up and running at least. I think that means the casino is still working, right? I haven't completely destroyed everything. Cool. That's good news. So now I just need to figure out how in the world I'm going to have both of these projects live side by side. There's a right answer to this. I just don't know. Okay, well, on a bit of a down note, I think I'm going to call it a day. I think that's it for now, and I'm going to do some internet research and talk to some people and get into it a little bit. I'll leave the casino running if you guys want to keep playing. But I am going to I'm going to grab some lunch and think hard about how I want this to work, and we'll revisit it on Friday. Also, on Friday, I'm going camping. I'm going to need to get my tent together and do a bunch of other stuff. I'm going camping with a couple buddies of mine. We're going to do social distancing camping. Sit around a campfire, talk, catch up, tell stories, all that kind of stuff. And it should be a good time. So I got to pack for that. I'm doing that Friday. All right. Well, with that, let's find somebody to raid. That's always fun. And we'll call it a day here. I think, yeah, Katol, I think you're right. I think it's a common module that's imported by both, but I have to figure out where that lives. That's the thing that I'm really struggling with right now is where do those individual pieces live and how does that work? But we'll get there. We'll figure it out. So let's see who's rateable. Unspecified. Well, I'm gonna go talk with him on Friday and probably talk with him today or tomorrow. So let's go rate Unspecified. Casino is running on his channel, so if you guys want to gamble there too, you can. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll see you all again very soon. We're just gonna have to hit start raid, get you guys all loaded up to go raid. And it looks like we are ready to go. So we'll head over to Unspecified, say hi to Clark, make some noise over there, and we will be back here Friday morning, hopefully with a lot better idea of how this stuff should go down. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll see you soon.
What's up, Blankenburg? With the raid. Welcome, Trade Last, Giorgio, Mr. Smoothie. We're just in your code. That's what we're doing. I'm in the middle of trying to beat my head against the wall, trying to figure out how to pull this off. But we what's a shout? Redeemed a shout out. Well, Giorgio, welcome back. Missed you. You'd be so proud of where we've gotten. Check this. It's not a function. Hold on. Got a bug. I can't even show it. Actually, I can. Check this. I'm officially inviting you all to the third. Check out all this. Watch. Here we go. Look what we've been. Look. Links work. Links are there. Watch this. Boom. Boom. Mobile? Yeah, mobile. I'm logged in. Check it. Proper schedule. Yep, yep. Just wait for it. Look up here. Here we go. My favorited sessions. Get there. I don't know why it's taking so long.